Okay, and now we are voting for our player of the season. This one should be easy. Yes, it's a good list. The top three, I think it's not too bad, right? We have Mofokeng, instrumental for Pirates. He was Pirates player of the season by far. And we have Keleto. Keleto had, I think, the most assists in the league, whereas Lucas Ribeiro Costa was the top goal scorer in the league, right? So I think Ribeiro takes it easily in this case. Ribeiro had the most goals in the league. He also had one of the most assists in the league. Impressive, led Sundowns to the title. So that's the criteria. Did your contributions do enough to meet your team's objective? Individually, he was top scorer. He also had a crazy number of assists, and his team won the title. And at the end, it was by some distance. So deserved. But Mahaula, not a bad runner-up, as well as Mufokeng. Both led their teams to top three, top two finish respectively. And because of that, I think they deserve to be in here with a shout. But it's clearly easy that Ribeiro takes this one. He also was clearly dominating on the pitch, right? So all-round play. Out of all of these, I think Mufokeng played the most minutes as well, so he carried Pirates, but sometimes he did have more quiet games, whereas Ribeiro decided a lot of games by himself. And in the games between Sundowns and Pirates, Mufokeng scored 2 goals, Pirates won in the second return leg, whereas Ribeiro scored and was man of the match in the 4-0 win. Now we are on to your footballer of the season. The previous one was player of the season. Interesting to see the same nominees, top 3 players from last season. Ribeiro won the league, most goals. Mahaula came third, qualified for CAF, right? So very, very important for Skukune, led them to a very big milestone while having the most assists in the league, whereas Mufokeng was Pirates player of the season and obviously guided Pirates to a second place finish. We are just looking at the league. Nedbank Cup, MTN 8, Carling, they have their own awards. CAF, they have their own awards. So in this case, in the league, Ribeiro was the most dominant. He is footballer of the season. It's a clean sweep for him. He should be voted by his colleagues that he's player of the season, and also should be voted by journalists, judges, or whatever panel is discussing that he is player of the season. Yes, he started the season off fire and then had a spell where he was a bit quiet, but that's why it's called player of the season, not player of 2 months, right? So the whole season, with the amount of goal contributions, his goals alone are more than the goals and assists of Mufokeng, just his goals alone. But that's the same also with Keleto Mokaula. Yes, he led Kukune to a very big milestone for them, big achievement, qualifying for CAF spot, CAF Confederation Cup, by finishing third while having the most assists. Actually, his assists alone are more than Mufokeng's goal contribution. So unfortunately, in this case, Mufokeng did play well, great, but his numbers just fall short, his end product. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, Ribeiro. On your coach of the season, it is position 1, 2, 3 again. Apologies, my last video I said Kukune finished third. No, they actually finished fourth. Stellies again finished third. Again, in the second season in a row, it is still the same 1, 2, 3, right? So these coaches did very well. They managed their squad all effectively in the best way that they can. Stellies had a good run in cup competitions as well as all of them had a good run in CAF. Right? Neither of them won it, but they had a good run. So it is clear for me that the best coach would be Mikel Cardozo. He's new and his team was playing incredible football, broke records, and you saw how they wrapped it up actually towards the end. Everyone was just laying down for them. They were just beating teams 3-0, 3-0, 2-0. No one was touching them. And Mikel Cardozo also beat Kaizer Chiefs twice and also beat Orlando Pirates in this season. Yes, Pirates also at least got their revenge in the return leg, but Stellies did beat Sundowns in the MTN 8. So I think it is still the same way. 1, 2, 3. That's how you would rate your coaches. Mikel Cardozo first, Rivero second, and Steve Barker third. Rivero, he did so well to manage the squad that he did because he didn't have the depth, unfortunately. But he did very well. However, he did not win the league. So the person who achieved the objective is Mikel Cardozo in his first season, deserves to be coach of the season. Robbery, absolute robbery, and you guys are shameless. In this case, young player of the season nominees, Nkota, Mufokeng, Koza. Yes, they were good. But where is Mbogazi? Where is Mbegezeli Mbogazi, who was not only one of the most outstanding young talents, but he was one of the most outstanding players in the league. One of the most outstanding defenders, period, in general. Yes, Koza, how many minutes did he play? How many minutes did he play? Is it just because he won the league with Sundowns? I don't know. Are we judging it fairly? Are we judging it fairly? Because for me, young player of the season is Mofokeng. Yes, Mofokeng should win it. He carried Pirates. He was Pirates player of the season. Quality, played almost the whole season, right? So for me, it's Mofokeng. Clearly, not even Nkota has a chance. The only thing Nkota is better than in Mofokeng is his power. But Mofokeng has the better football brain, football IQ, is the better playmaker and teammate. Nkota is sometimes a bit selfish and does not have a mature brain in his decision making sometimes. So Mofokeng is definitely the young player of the season. However, I would have loved to see Mbogazi being nominated, even if it's ahead of Koza or even if it's ahead of Nkota. Mbegezeli Mbogazi should have been the top 3 young player of the seasons for sure. Tell me what you guys think. Now, this is where I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. Tebza, I think he's living on his name. Tebza is definitely living on his name. He's one of those like Ronwen Williams for keeper of the season. He's there because of his name. I'm not sure if he's had an outstanding season where he played to the best of his own ability, where he's played to the same level that he's played in the previous season, where he was absolutely amazing and voted as player of the season, right? So for me, it's not Tebza for sure. Whereas Makaula has exceeded expectations. He set standards and went above and beyond. He held down that CDM role for Pirates and also chipped in with some goals and assists and big performances against big teams. We remember what he did for the Soweto Derby. So Makaula has had an outstanding season for Pirates and is one of Pirates player of the season. Let me phrase it like that. I should say I'm biased to Allende. I love this boy. I think he's so underrated in Sundowns. Everyone judges everyone else except Allende, where he runs the show. He runs the midfield. He's the perfect 8 box to box. He only just needs to work on his finishing, his end product, his goals and assists. Yes, he only had a very few this season, but besides that, his all-round play was amazing. So I wouldn't be shocked to see if he wins it. But Makaula did absolutely amazing to deserve this trophy. So you tell me who should win it. Unfortunately, people are going to say I'm biased, but Sibisi for me is defender of the season. I am a Pirates fan, yeah, but if you go to my other picks for nominees of these individual awards, you'll see I pick Sundowns players, right? I definitely do. But in this case, I am picking what I believe in, always. It's not about being biased. But I do think Sibisi showed us levels. From center back, he led Orlando Pirates. And without him, Pirates does not get anywhere near challenging for the league with Sundowns. Yes, Grant Kakana was good, but I think he also has better players around him. He has a good system going, and Sundowns mainly relied on their attack, whereas Pirates relied on their defense. So he actually had a lot of work to do compared to Kekana. Sundowns dominate games most of the times, so he actually does not have a lot of tackles to be made, a lot of interceptions that he has to be made, right? So I think Nkosinatis BC showed us absolute levels this season. He even chipped in with goals. So I'm very impressed what I saw from him. Led Pirates, like I said, to a very impressive start, and that's why Pirates was keeping up, only because of the defensive stability. He was so solid this season. So let me know what you think. For me, this one is clear. Kekana, yes, he is quality. Now, goalkeeper of the season, I don't want to hear Ronwen Williams because he's living off his name. Yes, Sundowns had lots of clean sheets, but he does not make too many saves. I think more credit actually should go to the defense rather than Ronwen Williams this season. So for me, it's clearly between Chipezeze and Sipho Chain. And just by the nature of the team Ronwen Williams plays for and how dominant Sundowns are, he's not required too much in the game. Whereas Chipezeze gets shots after shots after shots. So for sure, he has the most saves out of all of them. I'm pretty sure if we go to the stats, that's what they will tell you, right? And he's had an amazing season. Magesi has come up and stayed up. That in itself is an achievement, and it was led by this man. Performances from this man, that solidity, that stability that he gave them, interventions that he had to make, for me, he really is one of the best keepers in the league. Now he's competing against Sipo Chain for me. And Chain, we know, was absolutely instrumental for Pirates. And he did everything right. His kicking was amazing this season. His save has always been good, but this season he took it to another level. His collecting of crosses, his handling of the ball and controlling situations, and his leadership and instructing from the back, to me, that's the best we've seen it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Sipo Chain, because he also led Pirates to a second place finish.